It's been a long time, couple weeks since I last reacted to Dead Signal VHS. Let's go. This one is called I Heard Myself Upstairs. Let's go.
You're not supposed to
I
hear
mean,
yourself in two places at once,
that makes
but you
sense.
already did, didn't you? You're watching this because at some point, when you were alone in your house,
I heard a
you
voice
heard
similar to
something.
mine. Yeah.
Something that sounded exactly like you, moving upstairs. You froze. Your thoughts raced. You knew you were the only one home. But the steps, those familiar, slow steps, they kept going. You've walked like that. That's your pattern. That's your weight on the
I don't
floorboards.
I don't even think I know my own walk pattern, Cause like it's just random. So
And that creak you heard? It's the one you hit every morning when you walked to the bathroom. It wasn't random. It was rehearsed. You didn't imagine it.
no.
You didn't mishear anything. You heard yourself somewhere you weren't.
I mean regardless
There's
if there's
something
footsteps
wrong with this
upstairs and I'm
house.
alone,
Not
that's
the
not
wood,
good.
not the wiring, the space. It's folding, repeating, copying. And it started with you. They call it a reflection breach. You were never meant to be observed that closely by the structure around you, but something noticed you
What does that
first,
even mean?
and now it's practicing. Every night it learns. Your walk, your breathing, your habits, your voice, especially your voice. You might hear it calling from
My voice is
upstairs,
everything there is
saying
random.
something simple, something you would say. I'm here. Give me a minute. I'm coming. That's
Pause.
not you, but it wants to be. Here's what they don't tell you. The thing upstairs doesn't have a face. Not at
Well
first.
then,
It
you know,
builds one from your memories. The more you acknowledge it, the more it completes itself. You might already be helping it.
yeah, by
Looking up
watching this
when you
video.
hear footsteps. Answering when it speaks.
Why would you do that?
Hesitating at the top of the stairs. Those are permissions. And once it
Even
has enough,
hesitating? That's kind of
it
crazy.
will come down. Don't let it reach the bottom step.
So what do you want me to do?
Because
Fight it?
once it enters the same floor you're on, only one of you leaves the house. And it won't feel like a takeover. It'll feel like you simply decided to keep living. Except you won't remember climbing the stairs. You won't remember opening the door. You won't remember watching yourself sleep. But the new
What?
version of you will. And every time someone asks, "Are you okay?" you'll smile, just a little too wide. So if you're alone right now, listen closely. Is anything moving upstairs? Because if it is, don't speak, don't
Hmm.
respond.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't let it smile.
So we're back to this, it's always like don't acknowledge it, but then it's like if it so when going back to when he said don't let it reach the bottom of the stairs, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to fight it? And then even when they said if it does reach the second floor or the bottom floor, only one of us is leaving. I know damn well it's gonna be me that's leaving. Like, come on. Also, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. Just throw that in there. So there's also more we gotta do. That was one of them. We have, I always do three in each of these videos. So this one is called If Your Roommate Stops Sleeping, Leave. And it's a EAS analog horror. I don't know what that means, but yeah, let's watch it.
Emergency alert. Level 3 rooming anomaly detected. If you live with a roommate and they have not slept in over 9 consecutive days, this message is for you.
Well, then, like, I mean, if they don't sleep for 2 days or even one day, that's already a sign, you know? I never had a roommate, so I don't know.
Do not panic. Do not wake them. Do not speak to them until this broadcast is over.
Too late.
You are currently cohabiting with a subject who has entered phase 3 of the circadian suppression response.
Circadian
This
suppression
condition
response.
is not recognized by any medical institution. It
Of
does
course it
not
isn't.
result in death. It results in replacement. The subject in your home
Is that a
may
condition?
appear physically unchanged. They may engage in conversations, eat regular meals, maintain casual behavior,
So phase
but they
3.
are no longer bound by biological needs. They are no longer asleep, and they are no longer observing you for comfort. They are observing you for mimicry. Signs of Phase 3 subjects include reduced blinking, improved recall of your own habits and routines, unexplained changes in shared items, toothbrushes, clothing, keys, waking up with your
Mm,
phone unlocked, hearing them in the
I
kitchen
mean,
at
that's
3:12 a.m., even though they were just in bed.
specifically 312. Is it like every single time? Is it 312?
They are
I
not
mean, maybe.
attempting to harm you. They are attempting to complete you.
Yeah, of course they
When a
are.
roommate has gone 9 days without sleep, they begin to reach neurological stasis. At this point, the brain no longer forms new thoughts. It only records yours.
What?
If they begin repeating phrases you said earlier in the day, do not respond.
Well, then they're just
If they
taking
are found
influence.
standing in your doorway while you sleep,
Now
do not
that's,
react.
yeah. What do
They
you
are
want me?
watching,
Just going to
and
stay
they
sleeping.
believe they are learning how to be you. We understand the temptation to confront the subject.
Just
Do
punch
not
it.
ask them when they last slept. Do not suggest they look tired.
You never ask them
Do not
anything.
tell them you're concerned. This alerts them that you are aware. Awareness increases replacement probability. Instead, follow standard protocol. Remain in your room after 12 a.m. Secure personal items under lock. Do not sleep with mirrors uncovered. If you wake up and they are not in their bed, wait exactly 5 minutes before leaving yours.
How do you?
We regret
What?
to inform you that
How am I
after
supposed to do that if I'm already out of my room? Right? Because I'm assuming. Well, okay. I might be thinking of like an apartment building where like you have two different rooms. So are we thinking that this is like a college dorm-ish type thing where like they're in the same room? Well then, you know, it's cooked
10
either
days
way.
without sleep, a subject begins transitioning to
Isn't
phase
that
4,
Michael Jackson?
reassignment. In this stage, the subject begins erasing you. They may take your place in conversations.
I
They
mean,
may attend your
that's
school or job in your absence. They may
that
use your
people would know.
voice, phone, or clothing. They may speak to people you care about as if they were you. At first, they will be imperfect. Then they will be better. Once they believe they have become you, they will encourage your final sleep. And they will not wake you up. If you are currently listening to this message,
Wait, real quick. But then if they become me, then who becomes them? Do I become them, or do they just not exist anymore because they become me and no one becomes them? Yeah.
perform the following verification. Turn to your roommate. Count how many times they blink in the next 10 seconds. If the number is 0, remain still. Do
What
not
if it's point
run.
0.5?
Do not scream. Do not attempt to leave. The moment you panic, they will complete the mimic. You are
That's the moment.
advised to prepare
So
for
just don't
sleep
panic.
before 11:30 p.m. tonight. Lock your door. Leave no items of sentimental value in visible areas. If the subject begins
I
speaking
mean, why
with your
wouldn't the room be
exact
locked anyway?
voice at your exact volume, your replacement is in progress. You may now rest. They've learned enough. Earned.
Wait, what did that say? What did I say at the end? I heard that.
You may now rest. They've learned enough. Earned.
What does that say? I don't know what that says at the bottom of the screen. It sounded like it said earned or something. But yeah, I mean, either way, bro, you just don't acknowledge them. Like that's just what it is. But yeah, we got one more. There's a couple right here. I might show my screen right here. We got a couple of these. Let's say, you know what? Let's do this one. Well, I mean, this first frame already looking kind of crazy, but it's called "Everyone Around You Is Acting." I mean, that's how it be sometimes. There's no like analog horror at the end of this title or anything. It's a good 5 minutes long. Let's check it out.
You noticed it, didn't you?
What?
That moment. The one no one else seemed to catch. It was quick. Half a
Quality look
second.
crazy.
A look. A pause. A response that came just a little too fast. Like they already knew what you were going to say. Maybe it was your friend. maybe your mom, maybe every single person in the room. You brushed it off at first. A coincidence, a glitch. You
A
laughed,
glitch.
they laughed, the moment passed.
Ha ha
But
ha.
it happened
Headass.
again. The exact same laugh, the same tone, the same phrase. Over and over, like a broken loop wearing a different face each time. You were supposed to forget it, but you didn't. And now, you're starting to see it, aren't you? The way they turn their heads at the same time. The way conversations start just as you enter the room. The way they're
I
all
mean,
watching you when they think you're not looking. You're not crazy. They're
well, maybe they're just all, admired by me or inspired by me, whatever, like maybe that's just what it is. Nothing wrong with that.
acting, all of them. At first, you think maybe it's you.
They're acting like me.
Maybe you're dissociating. Maybe you're stressed. Maybe the world's just weird sometimes.
All of the
But it's
above.
not stress. It's not chance. It's design. And once you begin to look closer, things unravel.
But why me though,
You start to
honestly?
remember moments that don't line up. A friend who
You know?
told you the same story twice. A classmate who suddenly didn't recognize you. A
I do
sibling
that
who
sometimes.
blinked too slowly, like they were trying to remember how. They're improvising, not thinking, not feeling, just reacting because they're not
I'm
real.
reacting right
They
now.
never were. Let me tell you something you've already suspected. This reality, it's rehearsed. You're the only unscripted variable here.
Of course I
And
am.
the people around you, they're performers. They memorize lines, they mimic
Well, maybe
emotions.
we're in a
They
show or a
adapt to
movie.
your behavior so you don't ask too many questions.
Hey man, an analog horror movie would be so fire. I would watch that. Maybe even a TV show somehow. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good.
But you're asking now. And the moment you started noticing, the show had to change. They
Oh,
had to
show.
shift
There you go.
roles. Some actors were pulled out, others were brought in. Scenes were rewritten. Your favorite food changed. Your routines
Do I know
warped.
that?
Your friends reset. And then came the stand-ins. You ever notice someone looking slightly different one day? Like their face was made from memory. Close enough, but not quite. The eyes don't move right. The smile is off. That's not your friend. That's a replacement. Here's the real twist. This isn't being done to you. It's being done because of you. You're the
Okay,
subject.
I'm the
This
problem.
world, it's not a planet. It's a loop. A simulation built around your behavior. They watch how you cope, how you break, how long it takes before you scream into the void and ask, is anyone real? That's the question. That's what this whole thing is for.
That's what
There
everyone
was
around
someone
me
else
is
before
doing?
you. They
Or like,
noticed too. They tried to break the script. And one morning they disappeared. The next day the cast was better, smarter, quieter. The simulation had adjusted. You were installed into the same space. And now you're noticing
it's like
faster than
Truman
they
Show type
expected.
thing.
That's dangerous. Because if you notice too much, they can't reset you. So instead, they might try something else. You're going to see someone soon. Someone familiar. Someone you love. They will look you in the eye and say, you're just tired. You're imagining things. Take a break
Without
from the internet.
cause,
They'll smile.
unprovoked.
They'll
They'll just say
touch your
that.
shoulder. And if you believe them, if you nod and pretend like everything's fine, you've passed. You go back to being manageable. You go back to sleep. But if you don't believe them, if you say, I know this isn't real, they won't smile back. They'll
Yeah.
blink. They'll freeze. They'll turn away and whisper to
You
someone
piss
who
them
isn't
off.
there. And then everything changes. The lights get colder. The sky turns a shade too dark. The background actors stop blinking. That's when you'll feel it. The weight of the world collapsing inward, like it's trying to fold you out of
So I'm just cooked.
existence. Because if you don't belong in the script, they'll write you out. So what do you do now? Do you play along? Pretend the smiles are real?
I mean, you got to
Pretend
at
your
this point.
life isn't being staged around you? Or do you keep watching, keep testing, keep pushing until you find the edge?
Probably that right there. I'm not gonna. That's probably the
Just
answer.
know this. If you reach it, you might not like what's waiting there.
What do you
Because
mean?
at the end of the set, beyond the actors, past the painted sky and programmed buildings, there's nothing. Nothing but the audience. And they're still watching you. Even now.
I mean, at that point, I mean, what? Well, how did I end up in that spot anyway? I mean, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, that was three Dead Signal VHS analog horror videos. It's been a while since I last done one, but I had to take a little break from it. I was doing like a lot of them. I did like eight or something. So like, you know, but yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, for this one specifically, this last one, I mean, you got to pretend everything's fine, but at the same time, you got to try to find a way out, I guess. That's what I would do. So, yeah. All three videos, links will be in the description. Go check those out. Like those videos. Again, like this video, subscribe, turn on the bell, and yeah, stay tuned for more.